Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's early in the morning here. I know that it's lunchtime for you on the East Coast. My name is Neelam Dorman. I'm a senior engineer at Kittleson and Associates, and I am very active with ITE because it's been such an integral part of my entire career. I have no separation between my professional experience and ITE because they are so intertwined. I started off in ITE back, similar to Kimberly, at the student chapter level. I went to UC Irvine, and before my junior year, I was lucky enough to find an internship. I came through our department. It was an email, a smaller firm here locally in Orange County, and I applied for it, went for an interview, got it. Didn't really have a specific interest in transportation. The only thing I knew is I really didn't want to do structural. So that was my motivation behind transportation. But the internship was such an amazing experience, and I finished up the summer internship there and stayed on afterwards. The very first September, first day, declared transportation as my specialty, and actually transitioned to a new internship within a month after getting back to school. And the motivating factor behind that was that it was actually a smaller office, and they were paying me just a tiny bit more. So I thought, why not try something new? So I was at my first internship for about 4 months, and my second one all throughout college. Once I declared my specialty, it became known to me through my professors that ITE existed, but had essentially died down at our school. There was officially a chapter, but no actual board. So myself and a couple of my friends took over ITE. I was president of the chapter my senior year, and just I'm grateful to say that even the years after, the students just took it on, and it's actually a very active chapter now. So I've been a part of ITE from the very beginning, and like Colleen said, I've taken many leadership roles. As soon as I graduated, I actually became a chair for the Southern California section, and as time progressed, I ran for Southern California section board, and I'm now the past president of that board. And in that time, ITE became something that gave me a lot of confidence, I think, to go out into the industry. The small firm that I was, a mid-level firm that I was working with as an intern, they were putting an offer together, but in that time, I actually stepped out to another company, URS. I don't know if anybody's familiar with, is a very large company, and having ITE as sort of a background helped me because I think they loved that about my resume. So when I interviewed, we spent a good chunk of time just talking about ITE, and I actually used it as an avenue to ask them for some sponsorship for our student chapter. So I think it just gave me a level of comfort, and it definitely gives your employers in the professional world a little bit more knowledge about you to say that you're going slightly above and beyond and not just doing your coursework and getting your grades, but stepping out, dealing with other professionals, working with other students, and taking on more responsibilities. It just shows a different part of you and helps develop your character. So employers love to see that on a resume. I know I personally do. I'm a little partial to ITE. WTS and all of those organizations are wonderful too. It's great to just see that you're involved outside of just your school curriculum. I was lucky. I was graduated and everything at the right time, had lots of opportunities for employment and internships in college. I know that it's not as easy right now, and I've been involved with our local students for the past 10 years, so I've seen all of their struggles. One of my biggest pieces of advice is that if you can get an internship, go for it. Even if it's not ideal, I think as you grow, you will learn what you like and you don't like. You also get a lot of exposure to physically being in a working environment. So if you're thinking you want to go public, but there really aren't many places to get exposed to public, and a good private internship pops up, take it. You'll get an understanding of how the public sector works as well, and also just get exposed to the industry and a day-to-day and get a better understanding of what you would be doing and what you will be exposed to is just such a worthwhile experience. ITE for me, like I said, has been a huge part of my career. when I was with a firm, I actually worked with Kimberly at our mutual private firm. Things were not going as well in our office down here in Southern California, and I remember distinctly this moment. I was at an ITE Western District meeting, ran into someone from our Southern California section who I had actually stayed in touch with throughout the process, and he just came up to me and said, "Hey, I know things aren't going well. If you want a job, please call me." And I was like, "No, I'm going to be okay. I'll figure it out." A month later, I called him, and essentially the conversation was, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yes, I am." And within 2 weeks, I had a new job. So it's not just at the level of transitioning from a student and getting that first job. This was about 5-6 years into my career, and it also played a role in the current job I have. I worked for this URS firm. We went through this huge transition of being purchased by another firm called AECOM, and after that I had decided that I was ready for the next step in my career. And again, this current firm that I work for, Kittleson, our office manager walked up to me at an IT meeting. I was the president at that point and running around because we had not enough tables and chairs for our lunch meeting. But it was just that avenue of someone that I had met and known, and they just said, "Hey, we have a great opportunity. We'd love to just talk to you. Let's have lunch. Let's talk." And it happens at every level because you have exposure to people that are around you, and you know what's going on in the industry. So you know that this other firm is actually growing a specific area and are looking for someone with this skill set. And whether you're graduating college or have been working for 5, 10, 15 years, you still know what's going on in the industry and you can easily transition, and it's not just about finding that first job. Another part of it that is really important to me is being exposed to what's around you in your own community. ITE is its own community, but the day-to-day where you live, where you work, it's a great avenue because, for example, I live in the city of Santa Ana. I know some of the engineers that work there through ITE. And so any community events that are going on, I can actually see them there, or I can talk to them about it. So it just helps intertwine other parts of your life. I'm a huge proponent of public speaking and training. It's on my little quote there, because I think it makes it easier for you to talk to anyone at any time. If you have that opportunity in school, I would highly recommend that you take it. I know it's not fun. It takes a long time for everyone. It comes easy to very few, so know that everybody has struggled. So when you hear someone like Jeff Pignati, who's an ITE director, you know that he went through the same timeline as you did, and standing in front of people and talking to them is difficult. But if you can do it at your college level and give your presentations, the next step is to talk at an individual level to someone you're extremely uncomfortable, like a working professional at an ITE lunch. But it's training. You just get exposure to it, and what you'll really hear that Kimberly repeated was that ITE people are very friendly. We do love our students, and we'd love to welcome them in, and we'll talk your ear off if you give us the opportunity. But you have to take that first step. You have to get there. You have to walk around and talk to us. And the other big thing that I'm going to finish with is leadership roles. I know that it's not everyone's forte, but if you just get out of your comfort zone just a little and be a part of your ITE student chapter at school, and just be present in that and show up to meetings and meet professionals, that is all counting as leadership, and it'll just help you grow in your professional career by having this exposure to different roles. Eventually you'll become a project manager and a department lead and all that other stuff, and a great way to practice that is as an ITE chapter board member. So I'll wrap that up and hand it back to you, Colleen.